it's an outsider's view that the masters feel great, feels like a master, feels multidimensional all the time. That's all not true. They feel more ordinary than the ordinary, and will never ever feels that they are important. You don't have to attain moksha if you're really aware. So there is nothing called moksha in that context. So why then we are all talking about moksha? Because we are bound. We are bound. Bound by desires, personality, mind, ego. From there you need moksha. Otherwise, we are in moksha.
Hi everyone, I'm Palak and you're watching me on Secrets of India. Today, Mohanji is here with us. It is a huge privilege.
Mohanji is a living expression of Santana Dharma. He's a humanitarian who has gifted the world with numerous spiritual gifts and practices. I've witnessed many great masters talking highly about him. In my view, he's a contemporary living master who is ever ready to guide any true spiritual seeker towards liberation. Over the past decade, I've observed people from all religions and nationalities effortlessly connect with him. I've witnessed animals inexplicably drawn to his presence. Who is he and what is the language that resonates through him? Today, I pose these questions directly to him.
Mohanji, welcome.
Thank you.
Mohanji, you've always spoken very little about yourself. Whatever the little the world knows about you is actually through the mouth of established masters. You've always been very unassuming yourself. So I wanted to ask you, who are you?
I believe that our work should speak, not we speak about ourselves. We can speak anything about ourselves, but if we don't perform it, it has no value in the world. Whatever we do, it speaks. It creates a vibration, a ripple in the world. And that's the real thing. Most of the time, people boast, like we see that in politicians, we'll do this, we'll do that, and they don't do it. So people don't trust them anymore. So this is a world which lacks trust. What best we can do? Keep quiet and do your best. And let that speak. Maybe it will be after your lifetime, but still it's worth it. What we should do is to do our very best each day, each moment. Now, my relevance on earth, 3 levels I can tell you. One is as a personality. There is a communication because I have a personality. All of us are personalities. All the people of the world are personalities. We identify them as personalities. So we have a particular positioning and particular communication because of our personality. So that's one aspect. The second aspect is a purpose. A person can become a purpose. When his personality gets diluted and he starts expressing the larger purpose he is here for, the person becomes a purpose. In that level, there might be a relevance for my existence in the world. Now, the third aspect is presence. Presence is also inspiration. When a person operates without being present and still creates an impact, that person has already become presence. So, I believe that we all have the potential. All the 8 billion people in the world have the same potential. We are all personalities anyway, which we can't avoid. If you're born, you're a personality. Then you can become a purpose when you develop a clarity about what you want to do in the world. selflessly. Selfishly, there are a lot of people, but selflessly, what you want to do in the world, that makes you an established purpose. Then comes presence. When your personality overflows yourself and becomes the personality of the world, the society, you have become presence. That becomes inspiration for many. Action, right action, and inspiration. This should go hand in hand. That should speak. That should tell who I am, who I was, or who I will be.
You heard him. I think it's still very understated because, Mohanji, the kind of impact you have on people, it's still not known and reflected. Um, but it wasn't always very easy for you. And you kept going on and on. So, what kept you moving on, even though people have not recognized fully the level of impact that you are creating in the world?
The level of impact is not our problem. Our point is we are born, we are here, we perform. And what impact does it create? We don't know. It depends on the receptivity of the people. Whether it is understated or not, this is also not important. What is our job? We have been given a time, we have a body, we have a presence in this world. Do your best. Don't be idle. Don't just waste your time. And don't chase selfish stuff, which anyway you can't do anything about it after a while. So it's important to keep doing what you have to do. And maybe people will appreciate it, maybe they won't. But that's not our problem. Our point or our prerogative is to be alive and active. And that will create some effect. How much, I don't know, and I don't care really. But I live my conviction. And that conviction is definitely not selfish, for a selfish purpose, that is. Not to earn something for me. This is for the world. So when you give yourself to the world gives itself to you. So this is the natural reciprocation. So that's what I feel. So we don't really have to worry about whether we are recognized, estimated, underestimated, stated, understated. It doesn't matter, because these are all our expectations. When expectations are more, disappointments are also more. The focus is shifted. If your purpose has, clarity of purpose has really developed, you have no problem with the roadmap. You will know what to do because you have clarity. So I would urge all the seekers, all the people who are walking any path, not only spiritual path, any path, should have clarity of purpose. That time we use to create the clarity of purpose will strengthen you, enhance you, and give you the roadmap. That would be great strength for you. Great strength, because you can't be thwarted from your path, or you can't be distracted distracted by anything around you. You are clear, you are sure, you are moving. So in that context, I believe I have clarity, and that's my inspiration. That's my inspiration. That should be the inspiration of all people. My clarity should not be yours. You can have your own purpose, your own clarity, your own goal. That's how it should be. Everybody should have their own purpose and goal.
Mohanji, how come so many people from so many different parts of the world relate to you effortlessly? Like, there could be somebody from Japan who doesn't even speak the language, and then at the same time Croatia, then India, but like they feel completely home with you. So what is this language?
I believe the right language is the language of love, honesty, trust, and fundamentally being a human being. I look at everybody as part of me, my family. They look at me as part of their family. We have no differences. We talk the same language of love, kindness, compassion. I don't think that we have a better language than language of love, and which all the species in the world accepts, recognizes, responds. that language you can never fail. With that language, you can never fail.
So the language of love is universal, and we have so many dimensions of consciousness, 330 million dimensions. But are any of these dimensions also beyond space and time, or are they all confined to what we know as space and time?
No, we are actually beyond space and time. What is within space and time are the created stuff, such as body, a particular life between birth and death. They are all within the boundary of space and time. But originally, what is your soul? Beyond space and time. Energy, beyond space and time. So many, we have created 330 million dimensions as the possibilities of supreme consciousness, right? And these are within the boundaries of space and time. Whatever decays is within the boundary of space and time. Whatever gets deleted or unused is within the boundary of space and time. So essentially speaking, we are all beyond time and space. But when we make a unit, this has time and space. This is within the boundary of time and space.
Masters operate within the boundaries of space and time, and also without the boundaries.
That's based on the relevance. Each master has its relevance on earth. Like, for example, imagine a master who is accessed, or whom people connect to well beyond their death. He is beyond time and space. Like Krishna, for example. Krishna lived more than 5,000 years ago, 7,000 years ago. And today, how many temples, how many people connect to Krishna? So he has already beaten the time and space boundary. We call him an avatar, but forget about avatar or anything. But look at it logically. If you are remembered beyond your lifetime, you have already transcended. But how much will you live in the minds of people? That's situational. That's as per relevance.
Yeah, right.
There are people, there are legends, there are great masters who we still remember, who we still respect. So they are living in a way in the minds of people. So their particular boundary got stretched. Boundary is birth and death. Consciousness is accessible. Their teachings also has energy, which is transforming people. Anything that is transformative to people beyond their lifetime is eternal. And if you look at any great master, all the masters of the past, they have always been talking one truth, which is connected to Santana Dharma. Santana Dharma, basic ground rules of existence. They have been expressing and explaining the same truth. That's why it's eternal. Like, I cannot say any other truth than what is existing. I'm not more important than all the masters or all the people who expounded this knowledge before me. We are all doing the same thing. But our relevance is, today I am alive, today I can communicate, today I can talk, and that talk can transform people. That's the relevance of a living person. And if his relevance continues beyond his time, then as long as he is remembered, he will be existing. He'll be accessible and he'll be performing.
Right. It's funny you say that, because I remembered some of the masters had mentioned that everybody who is deeply connected to Mohanji will get liberated, and then Mohanji will still be, like, this is what the masters said, that he will still be in his sukshma, in his subtle form for 1,000 more years, and guiding people to liberation. So, I wanted to know, what is the plan after that?
Well, I never said this. This is told by other people. Of course, respectfully, they are also recognized masters. I respect them. But I never said anything about my plan. As I said simply, like before, my existence will depend on how many people remember me beyond my time on earth, my physical time on earth. If a lot of people remember me, connect to me, and if they get benefit from what I have done or what I teach, I will continue to live as long as it takes. So I have no plan, no agenda. I have no particular design or a roadmap for my existence. I live every day. Today I am alive, today I am talking to you. Tomorrow I don't know. So the bottom line is, we do not have to make any plans. We have to just accept time, accept space, accept the possibility, and perform your best every day. This is not about spiritual masters. For everyone, that's all you need to do. Just be you. Do your best. This is your time. This is your relevance. This time has given you relevance. Perform it. And don't think that I can do something tomorrow. That is ignorance. Because tomorrow is another opportunity, another time, another space. Do something that time too. So I have not, various teachers would have said, masters would have said about me because of whatever they have seen or whatever they have understood. But I have never ever lived according to somebody's idea or plan. I have never done that. I have never told anybody who I was in my past lives. I have never told anybody I am an enlightened master in this life. I have never told anybody I am their guru. Because all these, according to me, are insignificant. What I do in the world is the only significant thing. So, which if I don't perform, that significance also is gone. If I procrastinate, if I don't do anything, if I waste time here, if I just eat and sleep and do whatever it takes, that is complete waste of time. That is lack of significance at that point in time. So, my job, my relevance, my time on earth is to act, is to do something for the world. And I believe that if I am able to transform the world, raise the consciousness, raise the awareness of people to supreme consciousness, I've done my part. To whatever extent. I have no plan or agenda to change the entire world, which is impossible. But whatever I can do, that itself is, according to me, as per my capacity or what I'm here for, I think that is success for me.
What about Naga Devtas? Are they on earth to protect the earth, or
They are just like our gods and goddesses. They have their own world called Nagaloka, and they are connected to earth plane also. So there are various frequency of beings in their world also. Like I said, everything has its frequency. So they have connected to us and they have supported our existence, guided us, given us a lot of knowledge support. So they have a connection with us.
masters like you and Sai Baba, often maintain the frequency on earth? Most masters are here to maintain that frequency on earth. So, do masters have a unified mission, or is it that each one has their own mission? Okay.
I think we have no mission. And first of all, Mohanji and Sai Baba should not be talked in one breath. Sai Baba is Sai Baba, amazing master avatar. I'm as Mohanji trying to do whatever I can. So let us keep the hierarchies and respect. No master ever feels as a master. How do somebody feel as a master? When there is somebody who connects to them as a master, like a person, father or mother. How does he feel as a father? When a child calls him father, when a child calls her mother. So every connection, every relation has this flavor. Nobody ever feels that, oh, I'm a big master. Some ignorant people may feel, but somebody who has connected to consciousness will never feel, and will never feel that they are great, because they see greatness all over. So nobody, I don't think any master who's connected to consciousness feels that they are very important, very relevant. They have something to do here. They are maintainers of frequencies. We don't feel like that. Nobody feels like that. What they are doing is that if somebody comes to them, they try to give them whatever best possible for them. Whatever is best possible for them. How much? As per their capacity. So it's an outsider's view that the masters feel great, feels like a master, feels multidimensional all the time. That's all not true. They feel more ordinary than the ordinary, and never ever feels that they are important. So I believe that no master ever feels they are very important. For them, if there is something to do on earth, they will do. If they have to die, they die. So for them, it's just an existence for the sake. Now I have taken a body, might as well do something and live the life. But the difference, mostly difference, is that they are usually unselfish. They are not living for selfish reasons, selfish purposes. That's the main thing here. The masters are not maintainers of frequencies. They are contributors to frequency.
So are they like maintaining the equilibrium in a way?
They are not. They don't have to maintain equilibrium. That's not their job. They are contributors to frequency. When you become a master, imagine you connected to consciousness, or enlightened for that matter. When you become an enlightened person, that frequency comes to the world, right? Your frequency, original frequency of a unit, you become universe. That frequency comes to the world. So more and more people are enlightened, that frequency goes into the world. That's the contribution. Not like they are maintaining a particular frequency, or they're kind of like having a reins of some frequency. Not like that. And they don't feel that they are amazing people, or okay, let me now create some miracles, or I have to do something now to prove something. There's nothing to prove, nothing to do, nothing to say, nothing to reveal. And some people like to connect to them, they connect. They don't chase anybody. No true master ever chases anybody. They are not worried about head counts, who loves them, who hates them, it doesn't matter. So living in complete freedom of existence, because they are unbound by mind. When you are unbound by mind, you're free. Our main binding of a lifetime is our mind, which tells, hey, I have to prove to this person, I have to do this, I have to behave like a master. Nothing like it. But sometimes people wear certain clothes, put certain expressions, or do certain things to create some kind of a presence in the world. That is to convey a message, not for a selfish reason. They may do something in the world to bring attention of, or to secure attention, not for a selfish purpose, because they have something to tell. Imagine you want to tell something to somebody and they are not listening. What will you do? So you have to create an atmosphere for attention to be stable, then you deliver. These kind of things they may do, but that's purely purpose-based, not for the sake of proving something to the world, because there's nothing to prove. Now, even if you reveal, if people are skeptical, they will not accept you, isn't it? How do you tell the world what you are thinking, or what is your stature? Impossible to tell. People look at you as they are. They cannot see anything else. You can't blame them. Each person is a complete institution. They look at anybody as they are. They can't look at anybody in another way. So what is there to prove? How can you reveal? What do you reveal? That's why I never told anybody I am enlightened, or I am a guru, or I am great or less, or I am comparing myself with another. Don't do these things, because that's all silly and insignificant. Very silly and insignificant. So don't ever feel that these masters have a very big role and they have huge responsibility on the head, etc. Their responsibility or their presence is their message. Their purpose speaks, and that transforms. That's their message. They are living that frequency. That frequency is their contribution. Moksha or liberation is a relative term. If you are not bound, you don't need liberation. So it's a state of binding and to a state of unbound nature. So moksha simply means that you are bound and you are striving to be unbound. What binds you on earth? Mostly personality. What secures the personality? Ego. Ego is the skeleton of the personality. The structure of the personality is ego. So it's a liberation from ego aspect, where you know that you are just existing as one of the beings of the earth. We have a particular space and time on earth. We have birth, we have death, and within this we have a life. We cannot control the birth, we cannot control the death. So what are we? This is exactly the aspect which brings awareness. I am existing as a being on earth and I have a personality. This personality is for the sake of identification, and this identification will help me to communicate. And from there, that's it. That's it, that awareness. And from there, you become a state where you are not bound by your personality, you are not bound by your form, name, means you are detached completely. Freedom happens. When freedom happens, liberation takes place. So liberation is from the personality and the holder of the personality, the custodian of the personality, which is ego and the mind. And from there, you connect to consciousness, which is the truth in you. So as you go closer and closer within you, you start feeling the energy which is running your show. The energy in you, which is activating your body, activating your mind, activating your personality, activating all the desires, your presence, everything. You start connecting to that aspect. That's already liberated. In other words, you're already in moksha. You don't have to attain moksha if you're really aware. So there is nothing called moksha in that context. So why then we are all talking about moksha? Because we are bound. We are bound. Bound by desires, personality, mind, ego. From there you need moksha. Otherwise, we are in moksha. People of Satyuga knew this already. They were unbound by mind, they were unbound by ego, they were not bound by desires. So they were already liberated.
They were liberated, but they still had the body.
They have the body, but their body was at will. They said, okay, I'm on earth, I would like to have a body. Body happened. So this is you can exist in, all the great masters exist in liberation. They are walking, talking moksha. You know, see, this is the beauty of Bharat. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Dharma is the righteousness, the duty, the law, the boundaries of social existence. Artha is the material support. Kama, the desire support. Kama is the motivational support, desire. And moksha, the liberation aspect. If this is the sum total of Purushartha, human existence, in Bharat, we have explored this so well that religions came out of it. Buddhism, Jainism, all came out of moksha, liberation. This aspect. So if moksha is put on dharma, you have a pure society. If moksha is put on artha, pure money, pure wealth. If moksha is put on kama, pure desires, good aspects of existence, and moksha is put on moksha, you are already liberated. So Purushartha is very well defined here. This is the value of Bharat. Every person in Bharat should know these things, that we are sitting on a treasure box. We have abundance. We have abundance, you know. All these things are completely ignored, and we are chasing some vain dreams. You know, I don't ever say that I dream about I don't dream, because dream is something which you automatically discard as a potential non-existent thing. I know. I have vision. I know. I always tell children also, have vision, not dream. Dream is kind of half fake. Vision is clarity. This is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. And we have that power. We are never lesser. Nobody is ever lesser or more than anybody. We are not even equal to anybody. We are unique. We have individuality. We have particular relevance in the society. Not only us, all the birds, animals, and all the creatures of the world have the same. They all have a connection with each other. They all have relevance to each other. This is a grand collaboration. Nobody is isolated, nobody is negligible, nobody is insignificant in the world. No beings. You look at how the creations have happened in the wild. There are various beings who have given all the arms, like a rhinoceros. You see, look at the body of the rhinoceros. It can protect itself from all kinds of weather. But for humans, intelligence is the main thing. Because we are intelligent, we create our own stuff. But when it is misused, we create wars. We create divisions and bloodsheds. So every creation has its uniqueness, its value, its relevance, and it has its own power. We don't understand our power. That's why we feel we are less. Nobody is poor. We are all pure. We are all pure. The moment we realize that purity, then we have no poverty.
Thank you so much, Mohanji, for sharing your valuable time with us. This was truly inspiring, and thank you for being a constant source of empowerment to each one of us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.